Okay, I think we're good. We're trying this first. There'll be a community page here, so there'll be comments kind of coming up and down, but she probably won't be able to see it.
I don't give a
Hey guys, it's been like a year since you've shown up here, hasn't it?
Yeah, which is last Anime North.
I know, right? What the hell? Like, watch, all the comments are gonna be like, where has she been?
Right here.
So welcome to this little kind of, we're trying something a little bit new here. Her request, we're doing a opening night live.
Which is not my request. We thought of this together.
We thought of this together. Good to see y'all. Okay, so yeah, we're doing an opening night today. Figured we'd do this instead of like a regular live stream. So yeah, welcome to this opening night, and we just watched George of the Jungle.
Brendan Frasier.
Brendan Frasier, pre-Mummy, I guess. Like no, like
yes.
he was this was made in like '97. And it was basically his big starring role, and then Universal was like, come over here, we're making the Mummy. Yeah, oh, hell no!
I'm blind.
He's like, oh, hell no!
The hell do you mean, oh, hell no? What's wrong
go,
with me?
Brendan Frasier. Okay. Yeah, so we're doing this movie, and we actually, okay, bear in mind, guys, we're a little tipsy because we wanted to have a couple of drinks before watching this because we
I'm a bad influence, even though I'm like younger than you are.
Yeah, so
I'm the influence.
but I have not seen this movie in probably like almost 20 years because I remember I saw it in theaters when I was a wee kid and I thought it was hilarious.
I still think it's hilarious.
Oh, I still think it's hilarious, like as an adult now, but to the point. So I watched it, and then as a kid in my old theater in Scarborough back in the day, I'll get to more stories of that later, but then I got it on home video, and I watched it constantly, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I always wanted to be George swinging around the fucking bridge and shit. And then I finally watch it again. It's got to be 20 years later. And it's still funny.
Yeah.
It's still, like, really hilarious.
It's like a parody movie of Tarzan, but it's still its own thing.
It's like if Mel Brooks did a comedy of Tarzan, but Disney told him not to put anything from, like, Blazing Saddles and shit in it. So, but yeah, it's so weird, because I remember when I was a kid, it was, like, the teaser trailer, and they made it, like, this epic jungle thing, and then they cut to, like, a guy on a gorilla on the drums doing the theme song. Like, that was... Because the whole gimmick of this movie, even on the goddamn cover, is that, fucking George just swings and then, like, gets crushed into trees and shit. That's the running gag. But, what I really like about this, like, it's still legitimately funny. As an adult, I can appreciate the jokes a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. It's been 10 years since I've seen this movie. At least, I think, and I'm laughing more now than I did then.
I will say this, maybe it's because we are a little tipsy, but I swear alcohol made this movie happen. Like, a couple of Disney executives were having, like, a glass of wine, and they're like, you know what, guys?
Oh, hold on.
Can we, like, just make a fun, stupid movie for the kids? It's like...
And one that adults will enjoy.
Exactly. I got it. We take that old crappy 60s cartoon that's kind of a ripoff of Tarzan.
Oh no.
And we make it a movie with the guys from Monty Python, with Ninja Turtle gorillas, and Sandman as the bad guy. Yes! That's how that movie was made. And yeah, I still like it. I do have some minor issues with it. I'll say this first of all. Best character in the movie is the narrator.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay. If you guys want to know where kind of my spark in comedy started, I guess it was this and several other movies I grew up, like Space Jam and this, and like...
It was the start of the pyramid.
It was the start of the pyramid. Like, I remember, because back in the late 90s, Disney did a lot of live-action movies based on cartoons, even before they were doing it now.
A lot of it in Africa.
Well, there was a lot in Africa. There was, they did 101 Dalmatians first. I think that was the first big one they did.
I love that movie.
Yeah, with Glenn Close?
Yeah.
Sequel's terrible, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's funny? The only thing I remember about 101 Dalmatians is the fucking scene where she's like gets covered in mud and shit. That's the only thing I remember when she's on the farm. She ends up getting like what is it, like molasses, and then like falls in mud. It's like a real mess. That's all I remember about that movie. But then they thought, let's do more of them. So they did George of the Jungle. They did Mighty Joe Young, which you guys see that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that like I just haven't seen yet.
It stars one of the guys from Titanic.
Is it actually?
Bill Paxton. The guy from Twister?
Paxton?
The guy from Twister.
I've never seen Twister.
Oh my god, we need to watch Twister.
Oh god.
Oh fuck, that's a
What
good
have I
movie.
gotten myself
That's
into?
a great movie. Okay, Bill Paxton. You ever seen Aliens? The second
No.
Alien. Oh, see, I'm not the only one who hasn't seen Alien. Okay, so I'm not the only one.
Fuck you.
But
Did I say that?
it's fine.
Oh,
Bill Paxton, he was the guy in Titanic who was the oceanographer. Who's like, are you ready to go back to Titanic? He's in the Mighty Joe Young movie.
Oh.
So that guy. So they did that. They did Inspector Gadget with Matthew Broderick. And you know what? I know that's a terrible movie, but I kind of like it. Because I know it's, like, really dumb. And, like, they try to make it like the cartoon, except for Dr. Claw. But, yeah, they had a knack for doing these back in the day. And actually, this is a very old release. I think this is one of the first Disney DVDs they actually put out there back in the day. This is, like, I want to say, like, 99, 2000. Probably around that time. Because at the time, I got it on VHS. So... yeah, the movie's it's just a typical Tarzan movie, kind of, but it's like a spoof of it. It's based on the cartoon. Narrator's hilarious. Like, I love the whole scene where the ape nappers have them and they're going around in circles and the guy's like, oh no, what's right for the exotic ape nappers? Hey, let's come down here and help us for a change. Because I don't like you. It's like, Bill, were you fighting with the narrator? I wasn't. Was so, was not. Was so, was not. And then, the Ape Mountain bit. It's like, when they finally come across the Great Ape Mountain, they gather with the word awe. Aww. I said awe. A-W-E. Ooh. That's better. I love narrators that, like, I love movies where they know they're in a movie, so, like, any fourth wall jokes I do enjoy. Oh, fuck, like, Spaceballs is one of them, which I watched the other day. The second Austin Powers, where he's going into the time machine and he gets all cross-eyed and he's like, and Basil says this line, actually this sums up most movies today where everybody tries to question the realism, where it's like, I would rather not be concerned about that and instead just enjoy the ride. That goes for you too. And Austin just like turns to the camera. Yes. But yeah, so I do enjoy this. Brendan Frasier's hilarious in this. He's, again, for his first starring role, he is just basically having a ball. Really built like a brick shithouse. He, like, is he lifting back then? Brendan Fraser, what is your secret to getting ripped?
He was king of a fucking jungle. How do you think he was swinging on vines? You can't just do that with some...
Well, unless it's a wide shot with the stunt guy. Which, by the way, you can tell, like, this is a movie where you can tell, like, okay, both in the editing and the way it was made, they had probably a really poor budget. Despite the fact they shot half of this in Africa. Like, in actual Africa. With, like, they have half a shot and then the rest of the half with Ape Mountain would be, like, a matte painting. It would just be a painting. It wouldn't be digital or anything. Because this is this is right at the start of digital technology. Like, the only thing I think that's CG is any of the animals they couldn't make puppets of. Like, the only ones they made puppets of, the Jim Henson group, was the apes. And that was then Jim Henson Group. They also did Labyrinth, which is your favorite movie. Which I want to do. We're going to do an opening night of that at Anime North, by the way, this weekend. So I want to do that with, like, the whole group we're in.
Because we're in a room with so many other people.
We got, like...
And then there's me, and another person in our room group, Tyler, and they're a giant Labyrinth fan, just as much as me. And they have, like, this tattoo on their arm, and it's super cute. And we're making them watch it because... Jareth, my Goblin King, ooh.
I think we might also be getting, I'm thinking...
No offense, babe.
I'm debating if we should do it maybe, like, the Saturday, because Batty Alana will be there, and we can get her in a review, which would be kind of cool. I don't know if she's ever seen Labyrinth, I'd have to ask her, but...
Well, she's going to.
But yeah, so obviously the Jim Henson Group were involved. The only thing CG was really Chef the Elephant, which half the time it's still a real elephant, like a real trained elephant, but then the other half it's really bad CGI. Like, it looked... I'm sorry, like, that's the only thing about this, because late 90s, CGI was still in its infancy, but they for the time, I guess, but now it's like, ooh, that looks terrible. No, like, there's the shots of him, like, carrying, like, the fucking, like, giant stick, and he, like, it looks like a cartoon, which I understand it's a cartoon movie, but the fact that it's a live-action elephant, it just doesn't seem right. I was surprised they actually put a giant dog bone in the elephant's mouth. Like,
that was a great bit.
That was an actual practical effect. How the hell they did that? Oh god, Sean wants me to do George 2. No, I won't touch that.
Wait, can you read that?
I can read that.
Okay, for you guys watching this at home, we're doing this on his phone, and I'm blind apparently, and I can't see y'all comments. So if you say something to me and I don't say anything, it's because I can't see.
Everybody's asking me how we're doing. We're doing good. We're reviewing George of the Jungle. But yeah, so, I mean, honestly, but it's surprisingly you think about, like, the cast in this, and then you realize where they end up now. Like, yeah, Brendan Frasier ended up doing The Mummy, then he fell off the earth, and now he's back in a DC show. You have Thomas Hayden Church, who ended up becoming Sandman in Spider-Man 3. Yeah, it's like that only good thing about that movie. And then you got, like, John Cleese from Monty Python. He's Monty Python the shit out of it.
Hell yes.
Are
you kidding? Holy Grail.
It's like,
are you
suggesting coconuts migrate?
My mind is on the night that say ne. And to my night that says me, I love you.
But anyway, so yeah, they got that. Also Frank Welker is in this a lot, voicing a lot of the animals. Like he was voicing the little monkey that was obviously a boo. They just said be a boo, and they're like, okay. I'm sorry, I wouldn't be surprised if they just took some of Frank's raw material from a boo and just like spliced that in. Yeah, a boo, no. Yeah, fucking love a boo. Although Gilbert Gottfried as Iago is fucking hilarious.
Hell yeah.
I saw this one where they dub, it's a foreign weapon, where he's on Jafar, and he walks past, and they dub him saying, holy fuck, is this wrong? Because he...
My favorite Gilbert Gottfried thing was, when he was reading 50 Shades
That's what
of
it's
Grey.
from, that's what it's from. Holy fuck, is this wrong? But holy hell, is it erotic? Okay, back to George. The weakest character, honestly, was, I felt, Ursula. Who is that actress? Where does she end up going? She's, like, trying to be Jennifer Tilly without being thick.
Leslie Mann?
I guess?
I think she's a beautiful actress, but she's average enough to be relatable. That sounds kind of mean, but to a person that is average in her own special ways. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
It really speaks to me that she does look on the average side, but she is still, in a way, sexualized and made to be beautiful. But in a way where it's like, only the adults can understand it and not the kids. I think that was clever that they made joke. They have clever jokes where, hey, we can do like these kind of jokes that are made for adults, but the kids won't understand it. They'll think it's just a cute little love thing, which is adorable. But yeah, so like I think that like she does have her qualities. I do like the one bit where she wakes up, she sees the John Cleese gorilla talking, and she's just like, oh god, that is very funny. Just the way she laughs. I don't know why. That's so I just like But yeah, again, this had a really amount of good, impressive use of animal trainers in this. You know, you have your chimpanzees doing that whole classic 90s thing where they're like, ooh, at a nut joke. You have the little monkeys doing something like they're doing something there. You have a lion in this, which... Oh, yeah. I know there are trained lions out there, but I kind of saw how, like, in terms of the editing, how they shot it, it was like, okay, we're just going to shoot all this B-roll of this lion doing shit, and then we're just going to cut it in, and every time Brendan Frasier fights the lion, it's going to be either a stunt guy, well, it's going to be a stunt guy with the lion, or it's going to be a stuffed one. It was a stuffed lion. It was a stuffed one. Hope so.
Oh, it was a stuffed one. They just rolled out the MGM lion. They just rolled out the MGM lion. He's like, get the fuck off me.
That poor fella.
And then there's obviously CGI when he's doing like the basketball spin thing, which was a huge thing in the 90s too. Like fucking Ninja Turtles did that with pizza, Space Jam did that with basketballs, and then George does it with the lion. But that was good. I mean, even Chef was still a real elephant in some shots. They just like CGI'd his eyes and his tail and stuff, which that part you can tell really stands out in some of the sequences. But I think most of the budget probably went to location because they shot it.
Yeah.
They shot it in Africa. They shot it in San Francisco, which I visited. Okay, you guys want to know what San Francisco's like? You ever been on a big roller coaster where it's just constantly this?
If you Canadian, specifically Ontario, Behemoth.
Behemoth? Okay. It's like that.
Like and subscribe if you get that reference.
It is literally like that for 20 miles. I've been to San Francisco and it's crazy. Or San Diego. I can't remember if it was San Francisco or San Diego.
Is it No, San Diego has the zoo. Has a giant zoo.
Right. I can't.
San Francisco has all the hills and streets.
Yeah, it was San Francisco because I think I saw the bridge, the red bridge that's been used in every. I am so sick of that in movies where creatures and stuff attack that bridge. Yeah. Can't you attack something else? Can't you attack like?
Come to Canada. We have lots of.
I don't know. I want to see King Kong climb like the fucking CN Tower.
Hell yeah.
And then I don't know, hump it or something. I don't know. Again.
Oh God.
This is a review being done a little bit tipsy, okay? Just bear that in mind. So, yeah, I mean, the DVD says Siskel and Ebert gave it 2 thumbs up at the time, so because it's funny, because I'm like, there was a joke I made when we were watching it where it's like, the ape gives a thumbs up, and I'm like, well, that's the only thumbs up this movie's getting. And then I look at the box, I'm like, oh, 2 thumbs up. 2 of the greatest movie critics of all time like this. So, yeah, it's still a good movie. The music's fun. There's a lot of nods to other films. Like, I think I saw, like, obviously Tarzan, but, like, when the gorillas did the ninja thing, it's obviously the Henson group saying, let's just do the Ninja Turtles.
Or a really stereotypical ninja.
No, I saw Ninja Turtles. I saw, Senior Mutant Ninja Apes.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, cowabunga, dude! Let's get pizza! Ugh.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen those Ninja Turtles movies in years. I'm not even a big Turtles fan, honestly. I'm not even the biggest Turtles person. I mean, I like watched Next Mutation, but that was garbage. Anyway, but yeah, it's still a fun movie. I haven't seen the sequel, and I heard it's terrible.
It's terrible.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Oh God. Who's the guy playing George in that one?
No,
some
nobody
guy.
that never got another role because of that movie.
They probably know what it is. The guy who plays George in that movie. I've seen the cover. I think about it now. It's like, did they just grab like a male stripper from a club and be like, "Here, be George"? That I wouldn't surprise me.
No, he couldn't. Well, okay, he had like some acting ability, but
he was trying to do an impression of Brendan Frasier.
Yeah, he was trying to be someone he obviously wasn't.
It's the equivalent of when Dan Castellaneta voiced the genie in Return of Jafar. Because,
that was a shitty movie.
Yeah, that was a shitty fucking movie. Although it's funny, Jeremy Johns pointed out in his review of the new Aladdin that, like, if they did a sequel, they could do Return to Jafar, but do it right and on a budget. And I'm like, I'd actually be okay with that. Like, think about that, like a big budget version of Return to Jafar. That'd be great. So there's that. Second one is on Netflix. Well, all of it's going to Disney Plus, which I might get that streaming service. I might get the Disney Plus thing.
To it.
Yeah, so, I don't think what else is there to say. But yeah, it's a decent movie. I think it's actually aged a little bit better, despite some crappy effects and stuff. But I still like it. I think it's still a fun little movie. The jokes actually work. I still can't believe they did that Lion King joke at the end where they like take their son and do the Pred Rock, which is kind of foreshadowing actually, because this actually came out literally almost 20 years to today.
Jeez.
Where it's like, 20-year foreshadowing. They're gonna, and I guarantee you, like somebody's gonna take that clip where they do the Lion King bit. And somebody's gonna be like, ugh, it's still better than the live action movie. Like all those jokes are everywhere. So I don't know. I'd give this, I don't know, maybe a 7 or an 8. It's still funny. I don't know if it was ever shot in widescreen because this was a full screen version. So I don't know if this was the right aspect ratio. But again, this is an early Disney DVD where they didn't give a crap about, because again they were selling these to kids.
Someone gave us an answer. Okay, It was when we were talking about the other actor. Sorry, I pulled this thing up on my phone so I can read the comments.
The chat,
because why not?
Who's it from?
Okay, Miss Junie B. Film says the guy played George in George of the Jungle 2, which is bad on a bad moral level, but the guy's name is Chris Showerman.
That sounds like a stripper name. Showerman. Showerman.
He wasn't attractive.
Showerman.
He was not attractive.
Well,
maybe to some people.
Male
not
stripper.
Gonna lie.
Male stripper. Attractive.
Named Chris Showerman. No hate against you, but Brendan Frasier looking like that, or you looking like that. Not gonna lie, kind of Brendan Frasier. He had better hair.
Oh, that scene where he
had better hair.
That scene where Ursula's best friend comes in, who I swear to God, okay, Ursula's girlfriend in this movie, I feel like she literally is after the King of the Jungle's dick. Like that whole scene where she
probably
because he comes out of the shower and he's like completely like lubed up and he's like all like oily and shit, and she's just got that look like I need to fuck that right now. Like like she has the acting abilities of a woman in a porno. Honestly, like if this was a porno, if this was actually a porno movie. And you have, obviously, the scene where George and Ursula do their thing. Then the next scene, she comes in and then smashes them. That's the equivalent to her performance. She's literally playing it like she's in a porno.
You know what the equivalent to that statement is?
Jungle Boogie?
No, I was going to say YouTube demonetization.
It's okay. It's like, we're like 20 minutes in, so they won't care. I think it's normally when it's like 5 to 10 seconds in, do they give a shit.
Oh.
But,
well, my statement still stands. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it's still a funny movie. I actually really like that swing they did off the bridge. Because, like,
yeah,
obviously all of that wasn't Brendan, or maybe it was. I don't know.
I don't think so. That was a stunt.
Who was the... Ask that lady in the comments. I can't remember.
Maybe the guy in the second movie was a stunt double.
Oh my God.
He's a terrible actor.
They couldn't get Brendan Frasier, so they get his stunt double. They get his stunt... It's Spaceballs, where they're like, you imbeciles, you captured the stunt doubles. I wanted Brendan Frasier.
I mean, Miss Junie B. Films says... To be fair, he was like a poor man's Brendan Frasier. I do have to agree, kind of.
I do want to know if, like, that bridge scene, if Brendan did all his own stunts on that. I know half of that had to have been the stunt guy. I know some of it must have been Brendan because of the close-ups, but, like, there had to have been at least, like, maybe 50% of that being his stunt man.
Oh, definitely.
Like, there's no way they'd let him do that. Unless he was... Well, even in The Mummy, I think he did his own stunts.
Maybe. I don't know. Do I look like I know every actor and what they do and who their stunt double is?
I need to watch them.
No!
I need to watch The Mummy again. Especially before fucking Mummy Month in October. Oh God, they're making another one. Another Friday the 13th. Stop. Unless it's... How do you go past Jason X? Where he's in outer space? How do you get past him fighting Freddy? Are you okay? I think you broke her.
No. Okay, I'm texting my boyfriend, and I don't want to say it on camera, but just read what he just texted me. I'm gonna cry, and I know you're watching.
Oh my God.
I'm crying a little bit.
It's okay.
It's good things, I swear.
It's very good things. But yeah, so...
Sorry.
I'll give it a good, I don't know, 7 or 8 out of 10. What about you?
I'm going to say 7.5 because it's a great movie. The CGI, I think it was okay for when the movie was made. Like, I don't think they got the best funding, so maybe that's why they had Brendan
It was
Frasier.
probably, like, what was the budget on that thing, I wonder?
I don't know.
I don't know, Wikipedia it or something.
Too fucking lazy, let's face it.
But yeah, I still liked it. I wish they would put out a better version of this and, you know, make it more bonus features or something that made it. But yeah, so that's George of the Jungle. I I don't know what the hell we're doing next. I think we're doing Labyrinth. I don't know what the next one.
I really want to do Labyrinth.
Labyrinth would be good. Let's just do that with everybody at the hotel, I think.
Yeah, and then we'll get a consensus thing. And I just want to do something really quickly. Sorry, back to the thing I was talking about before.
Okay. Yay!
There you go!
Yay!
And there it will stay. I don't know if you could see it because I'm all the way back here. But you know what I did.
She also wanted us to use the light for this.
Okay, so he gets a ring light for Christmas. And he let me play with it a little bit. So I took some selfies. And I look good. So I'm like, can we use it for the live stream? And he's like, yeah. And he has it over there, which makes like mad shadows on my face. And I'm like, no. We're putting it over here and we're moving the phone that way. Because I'm not on the internet often, but I want to at least look good.
It's a good starting point.
I look
on this
really
channel.
bright, but that's okay. Because I like being the pale one in my family.
If you start a YouTube channel, I will get all my subscribers to subscribe to you.
Dude, I have negative editing talent.
I can teach you a few things.
Dude.
Yeah. It's all about cut and paste. So
Okay, to nobody 1, 2, 3. Screw you, man.
What happened? What?
He says, I give that movie a 0
That's
out of 10.
that's his opinion. That's his opinion. I just.
It is a cult classic.
It's a guilty pleasure.
You want me to piss off everyone, including you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Maybe later. But yeah, guys. So that's it. I guess like if anything, like we'll answer. I usually like to end these live streams where I answer 3 questions.
Okay.
And
Send
so
some
on.
questions.
So we'll just wait for some of the chats to come in. I mean, while we're at it, if you guys want to support the channel, link below to Patreon, and if you want to like send us mail and donations and stuff, do so at this address: BigJackFilms, PO Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G1R0. I'd be glad if you guys wanted to do that. All right, so let's.
Okay, send your comments. I can see you guys on my phone because I am not blind from this distance.
Okay.
Okay.
Pick a good one.
Okay, Ms. Junie B. Film says, I thought that was your girlfriend from like a few months ago. I just remembered you were seeing a purple-haired girl. Now, to say that, yes, it was me that we did date for a little while, but we've been friends for 6 years now, and we just agreed at a certain point that we work better as friends.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, don't get me wrong, just not the specific person for me, and not gonna lie, I think I found that person now, and me and that person have been together for some time now. Not gonna lie, a little longer than me and you were.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy with him.
Yeah.
And he's happy with the things he's been doing lately, and I'm happy for him, and we're still real close friends, don't get me wrong, he's one of my best friends, but right now, sounds really bad, but I did have to brother zone him.
I don't know if that's worse than friend zone.
Only if you're not from Alabama.
Yes! Yes!
I don't know if any of y'all
Score!
from Alabama.
Score!
But, like,
Oh my god!
Cousins or some shit. I don't know.
Okay, I've said this.
He says it is worse.
Okay, I've said this, and I'll say it again. I want a petition. We take Sweet Home Alabama and we call it Shit Home Alabama. I'm sorry, but fuck you, Alabama. I'm gonna say that right now. Fuck y'all. I call we just like clear the place out and reset the population.
Yeah. All right. For another question, from Bryce the German.
German.
Shut up. In your Jaws review, why couldn't you use an Airsoft M1 Garand instead of a Nerf bolt action?
Okay, so full disclosure here, guys. Here in Canada, we don't really have as many guns as you guys do in the States. It is a lot more difficult to obtain a real rifle or an air rifle in that matter. I can't get one because I don't want one. I am more comfortable with these motherfuckers. I don't care if it's a toy. You paint it right and it'll look like a Nerf gun. Or it'll look like a real gun.
Yeah.
But I think the reason I did that was, one, it was the only prop I had that was closer to the film when Roy Scheider was like doing the whole smile, you son of a bitch. But for me, it was also the fact that, like, I think because I was still, even now I still do, as much as there's a lot of mature content here, this is still a show, like, YouTube is mostly, who is the target audience on YouTube? It's mostly kids who watch really dumb shit.
Yeah.
And they laugh at it. And, you know, a lot of my fans are kids. Like, a lot of my fans are, like, ages between, like, I want to say 8 and up, are most of my fans, because they, like, kind of range. But the kids are adorable. Like, I went to G-Fest, and they just, like, they want, like, they've got, like, fucking 12-year-olds wanting photos and autographs and stuff, which was adorable. But, yeah, so it was more just, like, because it was the only prop I had, and I figured, hey, it's kind of a kid's show a little bit. It's like a kid-adult cartoon, and, yeah, I just shot with a Nerf gun. Although, funny enough, when we finished that, the gun was done. Like, because it got so much water in it, it got fucked, so it snapped and broke, and we just threw it in the garbage afterwards.
Alright. Okay.
I just want to say one more story about the making of that Jaws episode, or that marathon. There's a bit in the third one where I'm, like, yelling my ass off of how pissed off I am at this movie, and I'm swearing. This is a public beach in the middle of summer.
Oh, no.
And the cops were there.
Oh, no.
And I was screaming this shit, and then right after we cut, we heard the cop saying, "Hey, stop swearing in front of the kids!" Oh, and I was so scared to go back to shore. I was thinking, Brad, fuck our shit. We're swimming to the other side of the lake, of the lake, and we're going to find another way out. But I went over there. I did apologize to the cops, and we kept it down afterwards. I think the rest I actually dubbed over, but that was, I've never told that story, and that's fucking hilarious. All right.
Okay. One question is, hold on, I just saw it. Okay, Nobody123 has repeatedly asked, yes, I'm calling you out. Jack, can you review The Meg, please?
Okay, so here's the thing about shark movies. I gotta go on a rant. I gotta go on a rant about shark movies. I am so actually okay. I'm looking forward more to that Sam Raimi Hurricane Crocodile movie that's coming out. Have you seen the trailer for that? Sam Raimi, who directed Evil Dead and Spider-Man shit, he's making this movie about this father and daughter who are in the middle of a hurricane on the beaches. Like they have a house on the beaches. Hurricane hits, and a crocodile is chasing them in the flooding house. I'm more excited for that than I was for The Meg, because I am so fucking sick of shark movies, especially the really cheap ones. I know a lot of people like The Meg, but you know what? It's not Jaws. Nothing has been as good. Actually, I will watch the Jaws sequels and the rip-offs, like the ones made after and during the 90s, than The Meg. I actually, Deep Blue Sea I'd watch more. The Meg, as much as people like it, I don't think it's a movie I can like, because it's another dumb shark movie.
It looks stupid, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's also an American-Chinese co-production.
Ew.
So, like, half the money was China putting money in.
Ew.
Actually, I think it was almost like a Shaw Brothers movie, which are, like, these guys in Hong Kong. But, like, then, it was almost like it was made as a Chinese movie, and they got Jason Statham, a few other people involved, and then America distributed it. I think it was mostly a Chinese production. But I'm sorry, guys. Like, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm tempted to maybe review Deep Blue Sea at some point, if anything. Because the last shark movie I saw was Shark Night 3D, and I actually did see that in theaters. I like the 3D. I did like the sharks coming out. I did like how it was some practical effects, but man, those are some of the worst bad guys I've seen in a movie. Like, their plan. You've never seen Shark Night?
No.
Okay, because in the movie, the sharks are in a lake. But how the fuck can they be in a lake when it's not salt water? Right?
Freshwater sharks.
But no, there's like great whites and hammerheads and all kinds of sharks, right? But you wonder how the hell that's possible.
They can't survive.
Well, here's what happened. So, the movie's kind of like a mix of a Jaws movie meets I Spit on Your Grave. I don't know if you've ever heard of I Spit on Your Grave. You ever seen Deliverance?
No.
Okay, it's like a horror movie with rednecks. Like The Hills Have Eyes. Or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Right? Or it's like a bunch of rednecks in the middle of like the woods and shit. But what they do is they lure tourists in to be tourists into their little cottage thing where they go swimming in the lake, but these rednecks put enhanced freshwater sharks you see in the ocean in the lake to eat the people, to kill the people. But then you're
so mean.
No, but wait a minute. You want to know why they're doing it?
Oh no.
They have cameras everywhere.
So like in Cabin in the Woods.
Kind of, but no. This is even more dumb. A Cabin in the Woods at least kind of made sense. And despite how insane that was. I'll get to that in a sec. But they basically take all the footage of people getting eaten and they put it on the internet. It's kind of like this, almost like this creep ring, like this illegal ring to sell this stuff. And you want to know why they're doing it? Because they want to have more ratings and more money than Shark Week on the Discovery Channel. That's why their motivation. Because they hate the Discovery Channel Shark Week and how fucking how much censorship they put in, where they don't show people getting eaten. Because, like, to be honest, why do we watch Shark Week? Obviously, maybe to learn the things about shark. No, but we want to see sharks eating people. Jaws made that a thing, but they don't do that. So these rednecks are like, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. And it's the dumbest plan I've ever seen in a movie. It's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. But yeah, so like, that's the last one I saw, and after that I'm like, I give up on shark movies. They're the dumbest movies. I can make a better shark movie. I can. Like, I want to make a 5th Jaws and put real fucking puppet effects and real sharks in. Enough with the CG crap. But there's the Meg, and then like, okay, so like you bring up Cabin in the Woods. I wanted to bring this up. I was working at a movie theater at the time that movie came out, and all I saw in the advertisements, it was like a haunted house movie, was I thought. So I was working in there, we set the projector, and I come in like a little bit in, and it's like, okay, they're still in the haunted house. I leave for like an hour. And then I come back into the same theater, and all I see are like demons, monsters, giant snakes, and lizards and shit, and like zombies and stuff eating people. And I literally I glanced at it, and then I went back in, I'm like, Is this the same movie? What the fuck? That was my reaction. I'm like, what the fuck? How do I come back? It's a haunted house movie, and that's all this weird-ass acid-driven shit in the way. Like, it's like, can you imagine that? You glance at it one moment, you come back an hour, and then it's like a totally different movie. Mm-hmm. It made no goddamn sense. But yeah, so in terms of your question, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think I'm capable.
I don't remember what the question was.
The Meg. It was about the reviewing the Meg.
Okay, moving on. Okay.
One more.
Kevin O'Bill, stop referring to me as Jack's girlfriend. As I stated before, I am not his girlfriend anymore. We decided to break up on mutual terms because we don't mesh as boyfriend and girlfriend. We mesh better as friends. Thank you. As to your question, what are the most adorable moments in the Jurassic Park / World movies?
Okay, this is the last one. I can name one from each movie. First film, it's anything with the Brachiosauruses, the hatching baby raptors, even though those things will eat your ass, the sick Triceratops, because that thing looked cool, and then I like the whole thing in the tree. The scene in the tree is adorable, where like Alan's got like the 2 kids. Lost World, it's the baby T-Rex, which you know how they did the sound for that?
Not a clue.
They took a baby camel. They recorded a baby camel being taken away from its mom.
That's so mean.
But I do like that, and I do like the baby Stegosaurus. The animatronic, like Julianne Moore's like petting the baby Stegosaurus and everything. They actually named that dinosaur Claire. And I'm like, that's an adorable name.
Claire.
Third film had none of that because that was just a straight up horror movie. And then the fourth film, I want to say the one where like the Brontosaurus dies and Chris Pratt's holding the animatronic Brontosaurus. It's Littlefoot's mom all over again. Which, by the way, Universal has a habit of killing sauropods. They like Littlefoot's mom, the dinosaurs in King Kong, the Brontosaurus in King Kong, Jurassic World. Fallen Kingdom probably had the saddest when like the Brachiosaurus from the first movie is on the dock as the volcano is destroying the island and they leave him behind. And it's like, wait for me. And it's like super sad. That's the only good part of the movie. Only good part of the movie because like that whole movie sucked. Except it was the best parts, the Brachiosaurus on the bay, it made me cry. And honestly, like, everybody's trying to ship Owen and Claire together. No, I'm shipping Owen and Blue together.
That's disgusting.
No. The fans?
Hold on. Snapchat.
Okay. Oh, God. We're doing Snapchat.
You can't see the replay.
Well, I don't know why we're doing that. Anyway.
Can't see the ring light down. Hold on, let me try the phone for you.
Oh, God.
I'm a white girl. Shut up.
This is a live stream when we're super tipsy, people.
Dude, you've had like barely anything.
I'm a
You are
very
such a
lightweight person. I'm a
lightweight.
very lightweight person. But I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. Okay, Jurassic. Yeah, fans online have taken Owen and Blue and shipped them as like the real love story, and they've actually made it where like Blue becomes human and she's like a goth chick.
Oh no.
No, like imagine if you were a human if you had like imagine just yourself, raptor raptor eye contacts, and blue hair. That's Blue. That's what they've done. And it's actually pretty kick-ass. Alright, so we're gonna finish this up now. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching this very non-sober review of George of the Jungle.
He keeps talking about it. It doesn't make it any better.
I know. It
was a fun review.
It was fun. It was fun. And yeah, guys, again, thank you so much. If you guys want to see us actually in person, we're going to be at Anime North this weekend, starting tomorrow to Sunday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Toronto.
We will be there at some point. We are going to be in the Anime North Masquerade on Saturday. If you want to come see us, I'm going to do my steampunk stuff. I'm going to look beautiful.
I'm going to do Batman with a Diet Coke commercial.
Batman. Sorry.
No, which one? Okay, so yeah, guys, again, thank you so again, I'll put a link and shit after this down below. You can check out, get tickets for Anime North this weekend. It's pretty kick-ass, and we'd like to see you there. But again, guys, I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on George of the Jungle and its maybe opposed sequel?
Like and subscribe if you've seen it. I've already did that, but I don't care.
Let me know in the comment section below. And by the way, one more thing before we close off. If you guys want to go follow me on Twitter, I've been having so much fun today because apparently today is first Cartoon Crush Day on Twitter. So if you want to see me just like go on social media, go follow me on Twitter.
Some live reactions to first person crushes. Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know. No, it's that AMV that I made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got like I haven't checked. That's probably got like 1,000 views or something at this point. Because that's how I celebrate that hardcore. But again, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Don't know when you'll be seeing her in the Labyrinth one, probably.
Hopefully.
I want to do that should we do that live?
It's up to you in the long
See, because I
run.
want to do a live stream at Anime North, but then do a review within. That'd be cool. Alright, guys, so we'll see you guys in the next video. BigJackFilms signing off. Kendra signing off. We will see you guys later. Bye!